Trevor Hunt is still with us right now. And I guess you had a relationship with Wally Pankratz, who's a legendary midget guy. You've been drove a midget there. Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah. Last year we got hired on by Ron Sutton's Winter Circle, and they hired us to drive a pavement Ford Focus midget out on the West Coast. And during that process, we had all these training classes we had to go through. And we met Wally Pankratz in one of them, and they had a deal called Day in the Dirt that Wally did, and he took all the drivers out, and he got us experience on a dirt track in a midget. And when we went out there, we talked with him a little bit, and he was a great guy, and he had a pretty sad deal. He had a driver that was racing for him, and he actually committed suicide. But that opened up a car, and he called us. He said, "I really want this car to run this year. Would you guys be interested in driving it?" And we said, "Yeah, we'll go ahead and drive it." And we got out there to our first race, had no clue what we were doing. And before we had some practice laps, but not much time to talk with Wally. And after that first night, he's a great guy. He taught me through, and at the end of that first night, I was already up to speed. I was racing up in the front. Second night we go out, and I think I had a second place finish there. But he's so great to work with. He has a daughter who races in full midgets on dirt. It was really just a great deal with Wally. He is a... Are
you going to race down at the Chili Bowl sometime?
You know what? We actually called him up this year, see if we could race one of their Ecotech classes.
Yeah.
But they said for the age limit we couldn't race, and you know what? We respect that. So that's all right. But I do plan to go down there once or twice.
Try to do what Sammy Swindell has done down there, 5-time champion of the Chili Bowl. How about that?
Speaking of Sammy, how about 3 times in a row for Kevin Swindell? That's the guy you want to be like. He's out doing the old man.
Sammy is joining us right now. Sammy, are you more proud of what Kevin has done, or are you just disappointed you haven't beat him the last 3 years?
No, he's done a good job, so I'm proud of him.
Hey, Sammy, this is Scott Traylor. I'm down here in Texas with the National Tour, ASCS National Tour, but looks like your car was pretty fast to Paducah. You made some gains there late in the race, but still come up with a podium finish. But sounds like your car was pretty fast.
Yeah, it was really good. Just we were one of the last cars to go out. The track slowed down, so we still were able to qualify 12th, but it was, it just makes it tough starting back there on the 5th row. But I mean, there's been 3 or 4 times this year that we started back and just passed a lot of cars. But it definitely would have been easier if we'd have started on the front row. I think we would have been going.
Sammy, you're the points leader now, the World of Outlaws. Did you see yourself in this position at the beginning? And now that you are you going to try to run the whole circuit now that you're the points leader?
Oh, I'm not sure. We'll just see. I mean, we didn't really plan to run all the races, but I mean, we'll look at it. I mean, it just depends. I mean, we're still missing maybe a few pieces here to really run the whole series, but it may come together. We'll just take it a day at a time and see what happens.
Sammy, that's what you do most of the time, isn't it? I mean, you usually take a look at it, where you're at and how you're doing as the year goes on, and you just kind of adjust your plans as the year goes on. I mean, if you're up there contending for the championship, it makes a lot of sense. There's some big money up there available, but if for some reason you were to slide down a little bit, then you become that true outlaw and start running everywhere.
Yeah, well, it's just, we haven't exactly geared up to run all the races, but we might be able to shift gears and pull some strings there to make it happen. I mean, it's just it takes a lot to run every race, and you know, I mean, we might be able to pull it off, but I mean, you know, some things that got to come together yet. I mean, we just don't have all the motors we really need to have to run every race. But you know, if we have some good fortune, I mean, you know, we might be able to make it on what we have. So, you know, or if it gets to going pretty good, maybe we could pull some more stuff together to do that. But you know, it's just, we'll see how it goes.
You're going to be here not too far from Kansas City, coming up next Friday night down at the Missouri State Fair Speedway in Sedalia. How long's it been since you ran at Sedalia?
I don't know. It's probably been, I think we ran there maybe the year before. I think we might have ran there or were there. And I know we were there once. I think it rained out. I think the last time or whatever we were there, it rained while we were there or something. But it might have been a couple of years.
Sammy, how do you? You know, we see you all the time, and we get to work with you sometimes when you're out here with us on the Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour and the Chili Bowl, and you're always driven. You're always calm, but you've always been able to keep yourself driven. At your age, do you feel that you're driven as much as you were when you were younger, when you were really in, you know, your early days of the World of Outlaw career?
Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, it's just, you know, some things might be a little bit different on how we, you know, how, you know, I'm definitely older, so I mean, it just, you know, you have a bit more experience, so we might look at it a little bit different, or you know, the races are different, and but I think we still go about it the same way.
First things first.
Extra conditional wise, I mean, do you find yourself, do you have to work a little harder to keep yourself in shape for some of these races, or is that not an issue with you?
Well, I mean, I try to do it, but I always have try to stay in shape. But I mean, it seems like the older you get, the more you know. When I got in my 40s, I seem to have found that I like to eat a little bit more than I used to. But before, I was just busy working all the time and didn't stop to do that. But it just that's the only part. You just have to kind of watch that a little bit.
Person's got to be careful. Those Waffle Houses will catch up with
you. Yeah.
Sammy, you're going to be at Peebly, Missouri tonight. Federated Auto Parts. Quickly, how do you see this event coming up tonight? That's a pretty racy little track, isn't it?
Yeah, it's it's the same. I mean, it seems to change quite a bit, and you know, it's all about it's being in the right place. I mean, you can definitely come from, you know, ways back, but you have to, you know, things have to go right. I mean, you know, there's enough cars out here, really good cars, that it's just it's sometimes hard to pass them. But if they give you a racetrack with an opportunity to do that, you know, I've been able to do that this year pretty regular. As you know, when there's an opportunity to pass people, I mean, or the track lets it happen. I mean, we've been able to do that. So it's a fast place. I mean, if you really go nonstop, or it could have a lot of yellows. So these double file starts and things, it can really mix it up.
And Sedalia is fast.
Restart, Sammy.
Right.
Excuse me. What was that?
Do you like the double file restarts?
Well, if I'm in the right lane.
Yeah, if you get the right lane. That's a great answer. Hey, Sammy, thanks for checking in with us, and look forward to seeing you down at Sedalia next Friday night, big half mile down there, and appreciate you coming on so early in the morning.
Yep, well, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, thank you. There he is, Sammy Swindell, the great Sammy Swindell. Again, he's won World of Outlaws championships. It's amazing, Scott. You know, guys like he and Steve Kinzer at their age still out there doing it and competing at a high level and still winning races. I find it really amazing what Sammy's been able to do.
Well, I find him more entertaining now, Kirk, than I did when I was a kid and I was watching him race. You know, it seems like his experience and how he knows how to get in people's heads as a driver. It's pretty amazing that he's still able to do what he's doing. You know, he's got a win this year, and he's been fast qualified this year. He's got 276 career wins. Just think about that. World of Outlaw wins. You know how many sprint car drivers would just like to say they've won one World of Outlaw sprint car event? He's won 276 of them.
Amazing. Trevor Hunt, what do you think about it? Sammy Swindell, he'd be old enough to be your grandfather right now.
Yeah, he sure would. It's quite amazing.
Born in 1955.
It's quite amazing that Sammy's out there and still racing.
It is.
At the age he's at, and being successful as well. And then you come down to me, it's like a completely different time signature or whatever, you know. It's pretty cool that Sammy can be competitive at his age, and then I can be competitive at 13.
That is amazing. You said it all right there. So you get all ready to go racing tonight? We'll keep the rain out of here, right?
Yeah, hopefully I will be down at Valley Speedway. There's a bit of a rain chance, so hopefully that'll get out of here. But yeah,
you're ready to go just in case, right?
Yeah, we got the trailer here, so when we finish up our event here, when the shop closes down, we'll be heading out to Valley.
Well, thanks so much for stepping in. Congratulations on everything that you've done. Good luck to you tonight down at Valley Speedway, and we appreciate you sitting in on the show this morning.
All right. Well, thank you.
Trevor Hunt.
You race some more, Trevor.
Thank you.
All right. There he is, Trevor Hunt.